and welcome back to episode 16 of your very favourite MILFs Unfiltered. Oh, the devil are you?
Good.
Good.
Oh my God, he's good. Because if you didn't know, we got a new member of our family. Baby Marley.
Baby Marley, you're so squishy.
Oh, honestly. Now, obviously, we lost Django over a year ago, and I must admit, I said I was not going to have another.
You were a firm no.
I was a firm no, real firm. We're not having them. We don't need one. But I've become an obsessed dog mum. How has that happened? Honestly, he is so beautiful.
Yeah, he is.
I am just so enjoying the puppy bubble right now.
I mean, hilariously, when you were teasing about something big coming, so many people were asking if you were pregnant.
Yeah, absolutely. I had so many people like, oh my God, people were like, you've got to be pregnant. I'm like, no, absolutely. That is a firm no. I ain't being talked out of that one. But no, kids are absolutely buzzing. And since Django died, all Eva has said, I want a puppy. And we're like, no, not happening.
And I think it got even worse when you started coming to mine, when you and Eva would come round, because obviously we have a Frenchie and Django was a Frenchie, so it really exacerbated it, didn't it?
And it was even Ernie though. Ernie. What breed is Ernie?
He's a British Bulldog crossed with an old-time Alston Bulldog.
So he had the Bulldog features very similar to Django, and every time I came away, just because I really want a doggy, mummy, I really want a doggy. And it just kind of happened with, obviously it was Olivia from David's work who works for Dave, and unexpected litter. Her fiance had one job, was to keep the dogs, because the mum and dad obviously live together, and she was in season, and she said, I'm nipping out, please just keep, I don't know the dogs' names, but just keep the dad away from the mum, keep them separate. Obviously fiance got a little bit sidetracked. I think he was playing gaming or doing whatever he was doing, and and rest is history. Now we have baby Marley. But not only that, your sister.
Yes, so my sister and her boyfriend moved into their own home last summer, and Bliss has always had dogs. We've always had dogs in the family, so she was struggling a little bit with not having any dogs. So when you'd mentioned about Marley and had sent the pictures over, I showed her the picture of Marley that you were getting, and Bliss then straight away mentioned it to her boyfriend and was like, can we get a dog? So they got one as well, who's baby Morris.
So we have Morris and Marley. Oh,
they're so cute.
They are so cute. So yes, so obviously over on my page it's going to be puppy diaries. It's going to be a series of puppy diaries and me and Marley. But the one thing that I'm actually really looking forward to, because I said this to you, I really want to get into running. Because if we're doing high rocks, your girl needs to start running. So when Marley's old enough, I am going to start a series of vlogging running with Marley. So I am going to be those people with the with the leaves
I'll join you with our Mabel.
Mabel, Marley and Morris. Oh my God, I didn't even think of that. Didn't even think of that. But we've got Mabel, Morris and Marley. So obviously full swings of training, because as you know, I said this dog is going to be a regimented robot. We are going, and I think
you've got a good breed for being able to do that.
We have.
It's not
the
a
only
stubborn
thing,
Frenchie.
No, we've done. I think the Frenchie was it's a big ask as your first dog. I would never ever recommend getting a Frenchie for your first dog. Personally. So I think we're going into this dog with a whole new like outlook on what we want. We've really done our research.
And by that she means they've watched every possible video going since they decided they were getting a dog.
Of dog training. We've just booked on a course. We've just booked on a course. We're going to see some doggy daycare. It's like having a child. Do you know when these people, you hear of them having dogs over babies. It is. So we're going. One of my friends, she's got a dog that already goes to a doggy daycare thing. So we're going to go there and have a look around there. And yeah, so we're doing things properly. I'd say we're going into this like definitely going to be training them. We're going to show the children the commands and things so that everything is really consistent with them. The only thing that scares me is how clever this dog is going to be.
Oh God,
it's not afraid. I think the Frenchies are stupid, but they are.
No, but you've got to work in dog
he's going to have to be mentally stimulated. So that's where I thought the running would come in. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I mean, living with you, it's never going to have downtime, really, is it?
No,
because your ADHD to high.
I know, but I am really looking forward to what it. And I just keep saying to Dave, there's going to be days where we might go, "What have we done?" But we just know that our house.
Days when you do that with kids.
I know. I know. But I just think it's going to be really good for the kids. I think it will be good for Lucas. And as much as people have told us that we're mad doing it, why have you done it? You had all that freedom, you had this, you had that. Our house was missing a dog. It was. We tried a year. We've done a year. Yeah. We've got camping trips and things booked this year. And I just said to Dave, when we had Django, we weren't able to take him camping because he weren't good on recall. He would have gone for the dogs. And it would have just added more stress to the weekend. We could have never gone in a pub with him. No. Because he would have pulled on the lead and it were awful, really. And I just said to Dave, I can't wait to go into cafes, go into pubs and can have a drink, and he just sits there, he's used to the surroundings, going in coffee shops. I said I can't wait just to have a more well-behaved dog, hopefully. But I just know he's probably going to end up being a little chewer, but we're prepared. We're spirited. He's going to have to be spirited to be in that house.
Yes, to be fair.
But I'm just, that's my update, massive update. But we're surviving. It's thriving.
Excellent.
We're all good.
Excellent. Well, I think this answers my question then, which leads us into today's episode. So this is going to be a really interesting one for you, because today's episode is who are you without the gym?
I have no idea.
So right now I think you're a dog mum.
I'm a dog mum. The person who was like, we're not getting another animal, we're not even getting any pets in this house.
You've got a hamster and a dog in 6 months?
I'm still not the hamster is definitely still not me, but I have full blown fallen in love with Marley and Michaela.
Jodie. Eminem. Eminem crunches you too.
2 trailer park girls go round the outside, round the outside. That is going to be our theme tune. Guess who's back? Back again.
Eminem's back.
But I'm at this moment in time, I'm a full-blown dog mum, and I'm not ashamed to say it.
Excellent.
So what about you? How's your life? Probably not as chaotic as mine.
No. Well, who knows? It's good. Business is building. Getting the posts out there.
You're doing really well with your posts, actually, babe. Really proud of you.
Nearly there with this year of uni. I've got 2 assignments left.
When do you fully graduate?
I've got another year to do.
Right, we are going all out when you graduate.
Yeah. So I will finish this second year. My last assignment's due in on like the 30th of May. But because I'm a loser and I'm trying to get ahead of it, I'm nearly there with that one and the other last big one.
Oh, that's good.
Then the 3rd year doesn't start till October. So you get all your resources and stuff sent through to you in like end of August, September time, all your reading and access to the platform. But it doesn't start, but then I'll be finished by May. So my 3rd year will be finished in just over 12 months.
Oh, we're doing something big.
Yeah.
What are we doing for it? What do you want to do for it?
I don't know. Apparently something big.
We are. You have to. This is going to be the last degree you do, isn't it? Or are you going to be that crazy and get a master's in something? Or Emily.
So obviously my degree is in psychology and counselling, and obviously with Overcoming You, it is all psychology based. My emotional wellbeing coaching that's launched, the programs that I'm bringing out with that, the membership that's coming with all of that. And yes, it's all psychology based, but the concept of being able to say, I am a psychologist, does tickle my pickle a little bit. However, it is a doctorate in psychology, so I would be Dr. Shaw. I could legally call myself Dr. Emily Shaw.
How many years?
But it is another 3 years of training to get it done.
Right, there's two ways that you could go down this. You could either just finish with what you have,
I'd be a doctor by the time I'm 40.
Yeah, so it's two ways. You either do it and then you just stay as whatever you would call your title.
Because I've already got a Bachelor of Arts, I've already got my teaching degree, and this would be a Bachelor of Science.
Yeah, but the thing is also, you're already in that.
I'm already in study mode because I've not stopped.
Yeah.
My brother jokes that I've more degrees than a protractor.
But it is, you're in that zone. Yeah. So you either get out of the zone or just continue for another years and be a doctor, which does sound a little bit sexy.
It does sound a bit sexy, doesn't it?
It does. I'm not encouraging it, but
so obviously not being a psychologist doesn't impact my emotional wellbeing coaching program because I am trauma trained. I've done various other psychology training courses. I've got my psychology degree. I've done my counselling degree. I've done counselling courses, all that sort of stuff, and all the legalities around responsibilities and supervision and stuff. So I can still do that really, really effectively, but also to be able to use a protected title, like to be able to say I am a psychologist, and when somebody says, and what title is it, and you can say
Dr. Emily Shaw, but
Doctor.
On all your products it would say Doctor, and I think it gives that bit more of authority as well. And it's like, if you was to have a break from studying for a year, that's like,
I probably wouldn't go back.
But it's not only that, it's like a year closer to being a doctor.
Yeah.
Here's to another 3 years. Another 4 years. But it would, I must admit, as a business perspective and having no authority, I think that does sound pretty good.
Dr. Emily Shaw, psychologist. Wow. And I'd be able to go into so many different routes. I'd be able to do clinical psychology, forensic psychology, like studying why murderers murder. Oh my God, yes.
Oh my God,
that lights me up.
Yes,
that lights me up. Being able to go to like
a prison,
work with prisoners and study why psycho murderers murder.
I'd be like, what's he said today? Fill me in.
That excites me. That excites me, and I can't do that without having my doctorate.
That tells me that you need to do it.
The concept of being able to dig deeper.
So I think here's to another.
I mean, hilariously, my family would probably go mad because my mother already says now, why do you analyse everything everybody does? And it's because it's now ingrained in me. Yeah. I always go from a psychology aspect, but from a cognitive perspective, but from a behavioural perspective, my mum goes, can it not just be because they've done that? And I'm like, no, mum, because it can't.
Oh, I feel like you'd be shrinking me all the time.
I do already, babe.
What's the conclusion? What's the conclusion?
Absolutely. Cat.
Woo.
But yeah, so that's where I'm at. And also, we are going to have to celebrate this one because I didn't go to my graduation for my teaching degree because my ex-husband wouldn't allow me. He didn't want me to go.
See, we're finding so many things about this ex-husband every single episode.
He didn't want me to go. So this one I will be going to.
You're going to have a
hot gown,
hot dress, Louboutins. Where's it at? Where's your university?
Well, it's open university, so it depends which base it'll be based at.
Liverpool?
I don't know. Might be down south.
Liverpool. Graduations, they'll all be out, won't they?
Yeah. But yeah, so it'll be a full cap and gown job in just over 12 months.
How many guests can you have?
I'll make sure you come, babe, don't worry.
Don't see. I want to be there.
Bessie, who
it's fine.
You and Donnie?
Me and Donnie there.
And
yeah, absolutely. Then we'll go for a nice meal and we'll go out.
And then I'll torture myself for a few years to become Dr. Emily Shaw.
Yeah, that's when we do a big party.
Yeah.
That's Dubai job. Because we'll probably be 40 then as well.
Yeah, well, yeah.
So it's a double whammy, Dr. Dubai.
I would literally qualify as a term 40.
Dubai trip it is.
Yeah. So that's where my life's at the minute.
That was a very exciting 15 minutes about our lives, wasn't it? We need to get straight into who are we?
Who are you? But I think this is quite a good one because it's going to come from two very different aspects. So for you, obviously, it would be coaching and PTing, and the gym created your whole career for you and allowed you to step away from education.
Yeah.
And for me, it saved my life, really. It was one of the key things that saved my life.
Well, I thought I saved your life.
Well, obviously, it's because of where I met you, babe.
We'll go with the gym. We'll go with gym.
No, but it became very much sort of a therapy for me, but it was something I used to be in love with, fell out of love with, and then came back to.
So, this is a deep episode. Going deep. We are going deep today. Absolutely.
Yeah. So I think personal reflection. When did the gym become part of your identity and who you were?
I remember my first ever stepping foot in a gym, because I used to do before getting pregnant, and I used to do classes. So I used to do Zumba. I used to go to Ironman Sports Centre. What are you laughing at Zumba for?
I just couldn't see you being coordinated enough to be doing Zumba. I just think you and Zumba.
How am I doing in my dance lessons?
You are doing very, very well.
I'm keeping up with all your dancers.
No, you're amazing in those dance classes. I just think that Zumba's like a whole different world.
I did it.
Like Shakira.
Yeah, no, but I did do it. So I did Zumba, and I used to do like body pump, whatever they used to do. But with a Hyman Sports Centre, that was the only time I kind of stepped foot into a leisure centre gym. That was before having kids. And obviously I had Eva, and then obviously I had Lucas. And I remember my first time ever going into the gym, it was at the Pure Gym in Burnley, and that was just after having Lucas going back to work.
Yeah.
Because I said because obviously we've seen skinny Kayla.
Yeah, unhealthy. Going home.
Look like Gollum.
Yeah.
Like precious. Going all Gollum-fied. So obviously I knew that. Then I started like going on social media, and that's when I started seeing women in the gym and their physiques, and I thought, I want a bit of that.
Yeah.
And Dave said, you have to go to the gym. He said, you can't, because I was doing home workouts which I've been obviously with the previous 28-day challenge. That's where I started. That's where it kind of like the seed got planted and the spark kind of ignited. Then I started looking at people online, and I said, I want to look like that. So Dave's like, well, you have to go to the gym.
Yeah.
So then I remember our first time stepping into the gym, I was so nervous. That gym anxiety of going in and you just seeing everything, and I had no idea what I was doing. Now, obviously Dave has always been in a gym. He's gone from being that person who's obsessed, lifting, like pumping iron, big, muscular, and then he's gone from obviously what he's just doing bits of things now, but he was, I'll show you, I'll take you and show you. And we got my little notebook, and he wrote all the exercises that I was doing. He did me a training program, and we were there because obviously we had I said to my mum, can you watch Eva and Lucas whilst we go to the gym? And we were there for 3 hours, and he literally showed me how to do everything. And I remember going, it's a lot, this.
Yeah, a bit much.
It's a bit much. And then obviously you see people who are ripped going in there, and you're worried about looking like a dick, but that was where it started. And I think if you think about it, from Lucas is now 5 years, my life has changed dramatically. I've only been doing the gym for 5 years, really. And my physique has 100% changed
For the better.
For the better, and yeah, it's opened so many doors for me. So that's kind of where it started, really. But it was from being skinny Kayla, then realising that there was more to life than being skinny.
Yeah, more to life than the thigh gap.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, that's how me and the gym came to be.
Came lifelong besties.
Yeah. And then what about you?
I think I always loved, I was like a cardio princess back in the day, but that was from being a dance aspect. So
you've always had
promoted in us. And then I met weights and fell in love with it. And I was with my ex-husband when I was training really well and was really strong, really lean. I was also pole dancing 5-6 times a week.
Itself is proper.
Yeah. So in terms of that, like deadlifting and being able to get myself upside down just on a solid, from a static pole, lift your legs up and over you go. I love doing that. And then just before I fell pregnant with Nancy, we would train twice a day together. Wow. We would go in the morning, do bits of cardio, and then go back in the evening and do all our weights then. And I love that. Now, when I was pregnant with Nancy, I didn't have morning sickness, but I was so tired and I couldn't face it. The prospect of going to the gym, and then I never really got back into it. And then obviously things spiraled. And then when I split up with my ex, and I just never felt worthy of going back in there. So it was then nearly kind of when I hit rock bottom and was like, do you know what, something's got to change, back at Christmas 2024. And then stepped foot back into the gym with you and fell back in love with it, and remembered that lifting dumbbells up above my head multiple times was therapy, and I felt strong again, and I felt like I was achieving again. Yeah. So it became what I loved.
And then obviously the weight were coming off as well, so then you were getting your confidence with that. And then I always remember being in the gym and Liam and Joe going, oh my God, Emily looks amazing. She's lost so much weight. And it was mental, because at that point I wasn't even halfway through my target either. I'd probably only lost about 3 stone at that point. And they were going, she's looking so well, you could tell in her face and everything. And I was like, oh yeah, she looks mega. And then obviously it's just such an amazing achievement that you've accomplished.
Yeah. And now 2026 mission is just to build absolute hench muscle.
Because I said this because when everyone hears about your story, and you have had people claiming you've done the jabs and stuff, but when you look at it, you started Christmas 24.
Yeah, well, I'd started in the August, the September intake of 24 with you, and I'd lost on that challenge, because I obviously won the prize, didn't I, that time? But then because of everything that went on with work and things from October to Christmas, I put that weight back on. So when I stepped foot back on the scales at New Year, I was devastated because I put all that weight back on, and I was starting again from scratch. It really was 31st of December 2024.
But then that's what I'm saying, and we're now in 26. And I tell these people, it's taken her 2 years, a year and a bit to lose it, and they're like, oh my God, like that's so long. I'm like, but it is long. You have to put in the work.
Absolutely.
And that's where and that's what annoys me when people claim, oh, she must be on the jabs, like, no, people lose probably that in months on the jabs. Says this has been a year and a half. You know what I mean? It's a lot of graft, a year and a half of consistent, and like you say, you lost it and then you put it back on because of everything that went with work. So it's like it's such an amazing accomplishment. It really, really is.
And now I'm just on pure muscle
building, which is
booty building.
Nice.
Doing my squats. Still on my squats while I'm brushing my teeth.
But when we look at your pictures though, your definition, it looks mega. So it's just building on that muscle memory. And it will come. But you should be and it's nice to see that it's now part of your life again. And you'll be enjoying it that little bit more as well.
Yeah, definitely.
So obviously from there, we're going to be looking at exploring injury, burnout, body image, and also emotional dependence as well, of everything to come around with the gym. So, have you ever had any injuries? Touch wood. I've never injured myself whilst being in the gym.
Mine didn't come from the gym, but when I was 18, I was doing my last dance show before I graduated from my dance school to go to university, and we had this sequence we were doing as like a human pyramid,
like cheerleading.
A little bit like cheerleading one, yeah. We were doing, it was the musical we were doing that year for our end of year show was The Wizard of Oz. I was playing an excellent scarecrow.
Oh, so you're not Galinda?
No, it was The Wizard of Oz, babe, not Wicked.
Dorothy. Galinda's in Wizard of Oz though.
Yeah, but I wasn't delicate and ballerina enough to be Dorothy or Galinda, was I? It's a bit like a fairy elephant. So the scarecrow, the tin man and the lion were like the bottom of this pyramid, and the girl jumped off the base of my back. So she completely knocked the base of my back out of alignment. So I couldn't actually, you know how like the base of your back curves naturally out into your bum? Well, mine didn't, kind of curved under, but it was a week before our shows.
Oh my God.
So the physio was like, you kind of need to not be dancing for the next 6 months. Like, this is absolutely knackered.
What, did that girl apologise?
Yeah. She was devastated, and I just said that's not an option. I've got 4 shows in a week.
Yeah.
So I took an awful lot of ibuprofen. Would not recommend. Took an awful lot of ibuprofen, an awful lot of heat gel. Powered through the shows, and then I slept on the floor for about 3 months because it was the only place that on my back. Like that summer between finishing and before I moved down to uni. Yeah. So it does niggle every now and then. It does niggle, but touch wood, it hasn't for a while, and it's a lot better since I've lost the weight as well.
Yeah, and a really good PT.
Yeah. Form's obviously on point.
Form is absolutely on point. No back pain with that PT.
No, but yeah, so that injury did throw me because when I hadn't trained for a while and when I was at my biggest, my back would massively play up.
Do you know, it does scare me because Dave's obviously had his shoulder injury, and we've had to really adapt his training program because every time we were doing lat pull downs, his shoulder would go. So we've absolutely changed his training program so we can actually train and it's not niggling. But I honestly, hand on heart, cannot tell you how I would be if I had an injury and I couldn't train.
No, I mean you struggle like when it comes to half term and you can't 100% train every day.
I mean, obviously I'm not training today, which is fine. You know, I did a bit of a workout this morning anyway, so it's not an issue. But if it was 6 months, I don't, like for instance, when I broke my ankle years ago and I wasn't able to do anything, that
drove me insane.
But I do think depending on what I broke, it would determine what I'd train.
Oh yeah, I ate
like Dave. If I broke my shoulder or anything, I'd be going to the gym just doing leg day and cardio. I genuinely think I would lose my mind.
Yeah, I know when my brother broke his collarbone. He broke his collarbone playing rugby. He would still go to the gym and do lower. And then he actually tore his pectoral muscle off his shoulder 8 years ago.
Oh shit!
Doing a kipping pull-up. So I had to have surgery on it to reattach it. It had to be like button reattached. And he still trained through that.
I think if I broke a wrist or anything, I'll have one pump arm and one pump shoulder, and that's it, doing it.
Yeah. When my mum broke her ankle, she was still in the kennels working with pot on.
I don't honestly. I know that for
but you're not a sitting and doing nothing person either.
No, I'd really struggle. Mental health would plummet.
I played the piano when I broke my wrist still. I had my arm in pot and I still carried on playing the piano.
But yeah, absolutely. And I think if that was to happen, my body image, my body dysmorphia would
there'd be no dealing with you.
No, I would not be a nice person to be around. So let's just hope and pray that I've been trained well on how to do certain things, so I know that I don't push it. Obviously you've always got to push yourself that little bit in the gym, but there's also that fine line of and what obviously one of our things that I do want to start CrossFit this year, but when they do those snatches, for me that gives me so much anxiety that I don't know how they snatch and they don't do the I don't know how they do it. It looks very impressive, don't get me wrong, but
I think that's the weight my brother puts on his shoulders, and I think you're mental. You're actually mental.
I would like to try a snatch, but it really it does give me anxiety a bit of how it doesn't make them fall back or do the back in. But no, so that to me would be no, I won't be in a good place. And then going with burnout, I've only experienced burnout once, but that's not been from the gym, it's just been a combination of all sorts going on, which resulted in a severe panic anxiety attack. Even though at the time I wouldn't have said I was anxious of anything. But Dave does keep saying to me, if you keep doing what you're doing now, you're going to burn out. But I'll just wait till that happens. But I can't. It's hard when you've never not stopped.
It is.
Can you get burnout if you stop? Can you?
Well,
if you stop doing
did you never find? I know when I used to work in education, I always used to find that I was obviously on the go, and you were up early, and you were working late, and you were trying to be a parent, and you were fitting in all the meetings and parents' evenings and things like that. Did you never find that when it came to half terms that you'd come down with something? Well, that's because your body's stopping and it realises that it's tired and burnt out. Every holidays I used to end up smothered or like full of something.
But no, I think I've only ever experienced, and like you hear of people in the social circles where they say about really bad burnout and things like that, but I've not.
But sometimes I think when you listen to some of their stories, it's like I was posting 3 times a day for 3 years, working 7 days a week from 5 a.m. till 10 o'clock at night.
But they don't have kids.
And none of them had kids, and that's all they were doing.
I agree. Then obviously emotional dependence. Do you say you're emotionally dependent on the gym?
I wouldn't say I'm emotionally dependent on it. Especially now I'm back in a good routine with it, I can tell when I've not been. Because I know that I'm snappier. I know that I have a little bit more element of I'm resenting this a little bit and I want my me time. It does become a little bit of a switch off and an emotional release to be able to go and chuck some iron around for a little bit.
For me, I wouldn't say it's more of an emotional dependence. I feel like it's, how can I explain it? It's just one of those things that I have to do every day. Well, 5 days a week I go, but it's just something that I have to do, and I feel like if I miss it, it's that one step less getting towards my goal. And a physique that I want of building my shoulders, and it's even, it sounds ridiculous, but it's even more so now I'm in a cut. Because obviously when you've been in that building phase, you're building, you're building that muscle, whereas to me, if I miss a day and I'm in a deficit, I do feel like my muscles are going to shrink, and I know that is the most ridiculous thing ever. I know it won't happen, but I feel like if I'm on this cut, I need to be constantly building, keeping that muscle mass. But then it's really weird because you go in a bulk and you can feel yourself bigger, but then I always say to Dave, people don't like being in a cut because it feels like it takes away a lot of that mass, but you do look bigger when you've lost the weight.
And you can see that definition.
So for me, I'm more excited about seeing my shoulders and my biceps this time round, because I've never really had it. But it's just little things like that. But now if I don't go, I am a bit.
So who are you without the gym? Twitchy as hell. Twitchy as hell is who you are.
Yeah, absolutely. But I do think it is a therapy for me as well, because I think I don't know what I would do if I didn't have it.
Yeah, because that's really like, and you don't have other hobbies. Obviously, we have dance. We have dance.
Do you know what? I'm loving dance.
I love it. Yeah,
and people are actually coming to me and messaging me saying that I've inspired, I've influenced them to start a dance class.
Excellent.
Which I was like, I know.
That is mega.
And people messaged me going, you're actually, my mum said to me the other week actually, she was like, when you said you were going, I was a bit like, oh, here we go.
Here we go, another Kayla moment.
She said, you're actually really good.
Yeah, you are.
She was like, I know you're going with other dancers and you probably feel, I do feel the weakest one of the group. I'm not.
I wouldn't say you are in any way, shape or form.
I feel the weakest in the group.
I wouldn't say you are in any way, shape or form.
But I must admit, every week I'm going and I'm thinking, and I said this to David, I was like, I'm really enjoying it. That style, I am enjoying. I am really enjoying that style. It's very much me, that style. But it's been something.
And when you think how much quicker you pick it up now, because I had this conversation with my mum, because she was like, how are you find it? And I said, I love being back in that world because it just is an escapism for me. It always has been. It was always my therapy was dance. And she said, how's Kayla going on? And I was like, do you know what? She's mega now. The difference that she's doing.
Right.
And how quickly you pick things up.
I think it is though, the heels completely threw me off that first. Well, burlesque was not for me.
No.
It really was. But because I'm in like gym and I'm grungy and I'm in my trainers, I do love it. There are some, I'm not going to lie, that Beyonce routine when she was showing us, I was stood there going, not a chance am I going to pick this up. But it's very, the one thing that when I've seen like reels and stuff, and it was a reel of a dancer who was forcing it and like concentrating, and one that would just in the moment. And you can, I'm obviously not there yet because I'm not, you can see in my face that I'm constantly concentrating what's coming next.
Do you know
I don't know when that's going to go.
Do you know what you need to do though? Is you need to be comparing, because obviously each of the routines that she does for 2 weeks. You need to compare your face on week 1 to week 2, because I can see a difference.
Can you?
Yeah. Because week 1 it's processing.
Eva said to
week 1 it's processing. Week 2 you can see you performing it.
Oh, it's hard though, but I am really, really enjoying it. I must admit that has been something that I would never thought I would do, and I have been doing. And I must admit, again, if it wasn't for you, I would have never done it.
Well, there we go. And saving lives, taking names.
Exactly. So, but it's nice to try something else that's outside of the gym, because it just becomes your life. Personally, my gym is my life. It's all I know and all I do. But so, have you ever tied self-worth to progress or physique?
See, I'm a little bit of a nightmare for this. So yes, I've lost all this weight, but because I hadn't trained for a little while and I'd had sort of like 5 months where going to the gym was very inconsistent and lacking, I then was really harsh on myself because I felt like everything had gone. I felt everything was wobbly, loose skin felt looser. So yes, when I'd looked at my pictures, I was like, you can tell you've not been to the gym, you lazy bitch. But I know I'm my own worst enemy, my own harshest critic.
I know what you mean, but I think we all
suppose, and like obviously when you said being in a cut, that psychological aspect of if you've not gone to the gym, all the muscles are going to,
which is obviously it's not,
and you're almost tight. It's that physique outcome.
Mental, it is crazy.
Which links back to the episode we did a few weeks ago of the body dysmorphia, doesn't it? It's just an absolute pain in the butt.
And it doesn't matter where you're at on your journey. It's as awful as I hate to say this, it's always going to be there. Because you're always going to fall into that comparison trap as well. So it is a shitter, but it's true. You can never ever escape it. And I think even if you felt like you got to your goal physique, there's still going to be something that you want bigger, or something that you want better, leaner, more toned. It's always going to be the case. But the thing is, for me, what I found, especially when starting the gym, is like you don't realise how much of you is built around being disciplined.
Yeah, well, they always say that, don't they? Motivation only takes you 2 steps, discipline takes you the rest.
And for me, and this is the difference as well, what I find, like people do say to me, you are so disciplined, I don't know how you do it. I went, yes, I am disciplined, but to me, those bodybuilders are another level of discipline, and I'm not that disciplined. I could not do it.
No.
I couldn't do it.
No.
I feel like the cut that I'm on now, I'm still eating foods that I love, I'm still doing all those things, and is it as, what's the word, relaxed as what it would be if just losing weight? Do you know what I mean? I feel like I am probably being a little bit more strict than probably what my clients are eating. But I do feel like this cut is, I am going to get the leanest I've ever got on it, and there are things that I've had to sacrifice in order to get to that. Which is something that I probably wouldn't recommend to do with all my clients, especially if they're wanting to lose weight. Like, I wouldn't probably say I wouldn't get them eating what I'm eating for my lunch.
No.
Chicken, and it is chicken, broccoli and rice. I'm openly saying it. It is. And there's probably better foods that I could have, but I know that if I want to get that protein out, it's hard. It is really hard to not fall into that.
I mean, like
discipline, but
bodybuilders are.
I don't know how they do it.
No.
I really don't, because mine, I'm not being funny, my chicken, broccoli and rice sounds minging, but it's the chicken savoury, so it's got a bit of flavour to it. My chicken's got spices and all sorts. I've made some Perinese sauce drizzled over the top with honey, so realistically it's not a bodybuild, it's got flavour to it. When they eat chicken, broccoli and rice, it's chicken,
plain
broccoli, chicken. It's very chicken, but it is what it says on the tin. Chicken, broccoli and rice, but salt and pepper. Or that red Himalayan salt, because that's what they have, don't they?
I had a friend that he did an awful lot of bodybuilding and won an awful lot of competitions, and we used to go out as a group of friends for a meal, and he would bring his Tupperware of chicken, broccoli and rice and sit there and eat it, and ask the restaurant to warm it up.
See, that to me,
and it was literally dry white rice, 3 things of broccoli and some chicken.
See, that to me, that is not a sustainable way of life. And I know they do it they go obviously in
they go in prep seasons,
but that to me is discipline. I think there's a level of discipline. And if you were thinking bodybuilders at the top of discipline, I would say I'm about here, because I still go on girls' nights if I want to. I'll still have a McDonald's if I want to. I'm still doing all this stuff. Even when I'm on a cut, I will do all those things. But for them, it's everything's gone. Everything, alcohol, takeaways, absolutely everything. Which to me, I think like credit where it's due. It's amazing, but it's not for me. Absolutely not. And when you see of all these people out with their abs and stuff, sometimes genetically people are thinner on top. But I know when I cut, I'll have abs, but I've always been petite on top. But if people are aspiring to get abs, it's not a sustainable way to get it. People that you see with abs have literally sacrificed, and they probably are on the chicken, broccoli and rice diet.
But it's quite interesting, isn't it, though, because some bodybuilding women have spoken out about how ill they were and how unhappy they were at that peak point of being.
The biggest thing for me, which puts me off even more, is the libido going. Imagine that. There's just not having sex just blows my mind, and not having that urge to do it.
And yet your best mate's single.
No, but
tell me about it, mate.
But at least you've got something to, to keep you going. It's not like you completely shut everything. You've got things that help in that department, but that to me blows my mind. And especially if say you're in a couple and you're both bodybuilding and you're both on prep, that's both of you with no libido. So
I feel like that would be a very aggy household.
I do. I think
they're very tense.
And it's not all that. I've heard stories of men not even being able to get it up. because they've just got no libido. They haven't got the urge.
To be fair, if all they're living off of chicken, broccoli and rice and doing cardio 17 times a day, they've probably not got the energy for it.
Well, that's what I mean. And then obviously when you look at the hormonal side for women
lose the periods and all sorts,
as well, and not getting periods, and that to me is alarm bells, isn't it?
Not
because
for us,
if you think about it, when you are anorexic or bulimic and you're under-eating and you're malnourished, what's the first thing to go?
Yeah, your period.
Your period. So just because you've built muscle and you don't look as anorexic and malnourished, it's still the same because you've just got your body fat percentage down. If they hadn't had the muscle, they'd be malnourished. It's crazy. Absolutely crazy. Shall we play a game?
Yeah.
Identity or insecurity?
A good one for you, this.
Oh, feeling anxious when you miss a workout. Oh, I think that's an insecurity of me.
Yeah.
So, are you agreeing with me?
Yeah, I am agreeing with you.
It's not identity, that is an insecurity of me. That I know that absolutely is, and it is true. I get. You can see me twitching. If it's a rest day, I'm alright.
Yeah, if it's planned.
So, like for instance, because I'm not going today, I'm trying to plan out when I'm gonna go. Yeah. So tomorrow, I'll know I'll go probably while Stephen's at dancing, which will be a quick hour leg session. Yes. Keep that short. And then Wednesday I'll go in the morning, Thursday go in the morning, Friday find time to go, but obviously Saturday might not be a no-go, but then Sunday I will go because I'll have to make up my 5 days. If I don't do my 5 days, doesn't matter how I do them, if I don't hit my 5, but the difference is with me, if I can't do my 5, I will always add one of the days because I do an arm day separate. So I just
blend it together.
I blend it with my back and buys, or do my shoulders and chest. I'll just have my tries on there, so it's not too bad. If I can do 4 that way, your girl's alright. Any less than that, I get to start twitching.
Not good either.
Look at you, like, no, I'm not good. I'm really not.
Good.
Are these all ending?
Your mood dropping if you don't train.
That's the insecurity again. Yeah, I'm bad. My mood does change. It changes a lot. Yeah. My mood does drop. But if it's something, it's hard though. If I'm prepared for it, like a day of filming podcast, absolutely, it goes out of my mind. I just see it is what it is. But if something happens, then I don't. It's like a bit. Nah, that's not good for me. No.
Avoiding social plans to protect your routine. See, I think you've got quite a good balance with this. Yes, you've said no to some more things this year, but you've still done the important things. So your best friend's birthday,
I will always
you've still done your hendos, you've done your family gathering, but you've just adapted so that it fits with you. Yeah. So things like going out with your family girls. For you, it was driving and only having 1 drink. So you're still going, you're still having that time, you were going to the show, you're doing everything, you're still being present, but you're just making it work for you. And I think you've got really good at doing that. Yeah, I must admit, because that's the one thing that I said I wanted to do. And it's like with my friend's birthday, the Wigan Wine Night, obviously now having Marley as well. I can't. It's only my birthday. He's only a baby. And I don't want to be rough around him and be tired and cranky, because then he'll pick up on the vibes, and it's just not. So obviously again with that, I'm going, but then I'll be leaving a bit earlier. So it's so I'm still having a balance of it all. But there are going to be more, but I feel like they're important things that I want to do. And I think any random nights out now. No, I'm not doing it. No. Or do you want to come round to my house and get pissed and do it? No, I don't. No, but that's just I would say that's more of an identity for you, because do you know what? It's your life, and it's the life you're building and the goals you wanted to hit. And it's not just that.
I feel my business is leveled up, and I feel like my training's leveled. I've really locked in, and it sounds really boring, doesn't it?
Yeah, but it doesn't.
Really boring.
Because these bits now reap the rewards in the future.
That is true.
Yeah.
I think you've just chosen this entire game just for me.
I haven't.
You have.
Right, this one would be me, panicking about losing muscle after a period of time off.
That's me as well.
I mean, you panic about losing muscle after a day off.
But no, muscle memory is a massive thing, and I said this to you.
Yeah.
It won't have gone. You just need to get back in consistency. Creatine, we were saying this, you've only just started taking creatine back. That will help massively with your muscle.
Yeah.
Just make sure that you stay consistent with it.
And this is definitely your identity, feeling confident in gym clothes, because it's rare that you're not in gym clothes.
Yeah, I love what I wear to go to the gym.
Yeah,
that is my identity. Baggy trousers, sports bra, I feel good.
Yeah,
and I don't really own. Don't get me wrong. When I went on that Hindu a few weeks ago, it was nice to get dressed up, and I was girly. I got a really brown sequiny dress. I didn't last long though, because it was freaking well short. Full Angela was out and everything. It was far too short. I got back in my pyjamas within like a few hours, and we all put our pyjamas back on because everyone just didn't want to. We might as well have just stayed in pyjamas the entire weekend.
That's hilarious.
So I was in the dress for a few hours, and then I got out of it. But the first night I was in like baggy jeans and a top, so that stayed on all night because I was comfy. Yeah, I like to be comfy. I'm not a girly girl. I don't own a lot of girly clothes. But I do make an effort when.
Yeah, you do. Yeah,
when it comes to it.
Yeah.
Especially like on holiday and stuff. I like wearing a nice dress on holiday and things like that.
Yeah. Right. Well, would people know you without fitness? It's a gobby one.
What would I be known as? Probably the one riddled with ADHD. No, I'd probably be that one that she's a lot. She's too much. I don't know what I'd still. I think what would people still know about? I'm very much into my music.
Yeah,
I love my music.
Yeah, you do.
I do love food. I love food.
Maybe you could just do like food.
But then I always think like, what would my Instagram page be? Yeah. If I didn't do fitness, I didn't do all that, what would it be? Yeah. And I generally don't know. No. So it ain't gonna be. This is a PLT haul. It's not gonna be that. I genuinely don't know. I'm not a cardio bunny, so it wouldn't be like Alistair or Run with Liz doing a running vlog, which I will be starting with Marley though. I'm going to do a doggy one. I think that'll be really good. But no, I generally don't know what I'd be. No. Which is quite sad. Really? Does that mean I'm just going to have to go to the gym for the rest of my life? So, shall we go into some listed dilemmas? We've only got one this week though. Yes. So, my partner recently said he feels like he comes to second to the gym. I train 5 to 6 times a week and I'm strict with my routine. Is this me? I'm joking. I don't think I'm doing anything wrong. It's important to me, but now I'm wondering if I've made it my whole personality. How do I know if I'm prioritizing myself or pushing people away? This is hard. Yeah. I think especially if you have a partner who isn't into the gym. Yeah. Because I'm in a position, and it's different as well, because David goes to the gym, and even though we go at different times of the days when the children aren't here, so it's. I think that's hard. They need to look at the balance of, are they doing things like a date night? Have they got time planned in for themselves? Because if they've not got that, then that's going to accentuate the fact that she's perhaps going to the gym quite a lot. Yes, so I agree. Planning on that, because it's not about being your whole personality, because if you feel good and you're making progress, then it's not making it your whole personality. No. It's just about finding the balance. I agree with that. I think that's something that me and Dave have done really well, is that we do have our yeah, gym can be your personality. It's my personality. You know what I mean? It's my job. It's my life. But we still make sure that we have time for each other and the kids. And I think it's just having those boundaries in place as well.
Yeah.
And I suppose if it becomes a bit of an obsession and your mood changes when you don't go, that I can see that being an issue.
Yeah.
Even though obviously I joke and say, you know, I am mooded if I don't get to do this, if I don't do that. But life happens as well.
Yeah, of course it does.
And you can't control things that are out of your control. And I think sometimes if you focus on the things that you can't control rather than the things you can, that's where it can really have a massive impact on it. But I do think having those boundaries, and I think, like you say, if you put things in place for you, your partner, and make them feel that it's not the gym first and them, but also if it came to if your partner wanted to do something and then you choose the gym over that, that is a bit shady.
Yeah.
It's not that important. No, do you want to come? I want to take you out for the day.
I think if you're cancelling plans and saying I don't want to do this with you because I need to train, then there's bigger issues. But that could then be that there's bigger issues in your relationship.
I agree, and I think it depends on what you actually training for. If you've got a big marathon coming up, if you've got like a high rocks, if you've got bodybuilding, I can understand why you'd have to go to the gym. You've got goals. You've got things you need to tick off. But if you're just going 5-6 times just to gain a bit torn up, and that's coming over you.
Because you've got to remember that you've got life to have as well.
I agree.
We've learned this episode that I'm really bad. You would just become a dog mum if you didn't have the gym.
I'd have to find another hobby because I'd have to be doing something. So I might be a dancing dog mum.
A dancing dog mum. You could train Molly to dance.
Absolutely not. I've only just got dancing.
Boring.
I'm not doing dancing dog with that. No.
Boring.
No, you can do it if you want though. You background. But thank you so much for listening. That was a really interesting one. And obviously we're always open to have your say on what you want this podcast to be about. But like I say, we've done a lot of our analytics and our data, and a lot of people loving the fitness. Obviously because it's Bills Unfiltered, loving the fitness side of things. So obviously if there's any topics that you want us to cover, let us know. If you'd like to catch up on all previous episodes, because obviously we are now on episode 15, there's 14 more before this, you can obviously check them out and catch up on Spotify and other platforms as well. YouTube, social media, Instagram, follow us on there. And thanks for listening, guys, and we will see you for episode 16 of Mills Unfiltered.